Book 2. De Heptarchia Mystica. The Ring. Lo, this it is. This is it, wherewith all miracles, and divine works, and wonders were wrought by Solomon. The first system of magic Dee and Kelly received from their angelic contacts was a form of planetary magic referred to as de Heptarchia Mystica. It was delivered mostly in late 1582 and amended somewhat the following year. The details of how it was painstakingly received are recorded in Dee's Quintilibrary Mysteriorum 44 and edited for purposes of practical working in his De Heptarchia Mystica 45. Unfortunately, we don't know exactly how, or even if, the magicians actually operated this particular form of magic. What we do know is that besides receiving the names and symbols for 49 planetary good angels, Dee and Kelly were instructed to create a number of magical items that were almost entirely ignored by the Golden Dawn and Crowley. I will not quote long passages from Dee's records, but his description of the circumstances surrounding the reception of the magic ring are so colorfully dramatic that I cannot resist quoting a brief passage. The date is Wednesday, March 14, 1582. Dee and Kelly were engaged in their fourth action 46 and experiencing a close encounter with the archangels Michael and Uriel. The following excerpt retains the inconsistent spelling and punctuation of Elizabethan English. The Greek delta is D, the archangel Michael. D. Now Michael thrust out his right arm, with the sword, and bowed the scryer to Loke. Then his sword did seem to cleave in two, and a great fire flamed out of it, vehemently. Then he took a ring out of the flame of his sword. The strength of God is unspeakable. Praised be God forever and ever. D. Then Uriel did make curtsy unto him. After this sort must thy ring be. Note it. D. Then he rose, or disappeared, out of the chair, and by came again, and said, as followeth. I will reveal thee this ring, which was never revealed since the death of Solomon, with whom I was present. I was present with him in strength and mercy. Miracles, and divine works, and wonders were wrought by Solomon. This is it, which I have revealed unto thee. This is it, which philosophy dreameth of. This is it, which the angels scarce know. This is it, and blessed be his name, yea, his name be blessed forever. D. It showed to be a ring of gold, with a seal graved in it, and had a round thing in the middle of the seal and a thing like an V, through the top of the circle, and an L, in the bottom, and a bar clean through it, and had these foul letters in it. After that, he threw the ring on the board, or table, and it seemed to fall through the table, and then he said, thus. So shall it do, at thy commandment. Without this, thou shalt do nothing. Blessed be his name, that compasseth all things, wonders are in him, and his name is wonderful, his name worketh wonders from generation to generation. Solomon was, and remains, the archetypal magician, and his legendary exploits as a master of spirits fill the pages of traditional Jewish, Islamic, and Ethiopian religious literature. In many of the stories, his magical ring played an important role as the source of his power to control demons. Dee was told the ring should be made of pure gold. If he indeed had one made, it has not survived the centuries. Realistically, few of us today have the skill to fashion or the resources to have a golden ring custom-made. 48 Nevertheless, Michael seemed adamant, "Without this, thou shalt do nothing." Here is the pattern for a ring that can be made out of colored paper or poster board. I realize such material is not as impressive or romantic as pure gold. You might even think that a true magic ring cannot be made from a scrap of paper. You might tell me you'd feel silly wearing a paper ring. If you feel this way, then I hope you won't be offended when I tell you that if you can't make a real magic ring out of paper, then you'll not be able to make one out of gold. The same goes for the other magical items I'm going to discuss in the next few lessons. Before I practice any aspect of Enochian magic, I recite 2 short prayers. The first is a prayer John Dee used regularly throughout the years of his magical workings. The second is a prayer I fashioned from the words the Archangel Michael spoke to Dee and Kelly during the March 14, 1582, action, "Behold the ring. Lo, this it is. This is it, wherewith all miracles, and divine works, and wonders were wrought by Solomon. This is it, which the Archangel Michael has revealed to me. This is it, which philosophy dreameth of. This is it, which the angels scarce know. This is it, and blessed be his name, yea, his name be blessed forever. Without this I shall do nothing. Blessed be his name, that encompasses all things, wonders are in him, and his name is Wonderful Peal. His name works wonders from generation to generation. Amen." After reciting these prayers and putting on the ring, I then position myself at the holy table and prepare to put on the laymen.